The primary reason why I really wanted to stop is because you so what you're saying is that he didn't his girlfriend just all of a sudden just got this inkling that he doing something he ain't got no business doing, and so now she going through his phone, or has she caught him before in the past?
I think she's caught him before in the past.
Because that's the only reason she would have to be doing something like that.
Right.
Or he would have suspicious behavior. So now he got a whole nother phone, you know, to cheat with, and he's saying that he don't want to be married. Because to be fair, if we being honest about the whole cheating thing, if you're having conversations with somebody and your wife wouldn't approve of it, that's cheating. Like that's it. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like she don't know you. And if she knew you, she wouldn't be happy that y'all was talking. Then you doing something you ain't got no business doing. Let's just call it what it is. And that's really that's really what I learned. Like I'm like, you know, we be trying to dress it up and put all this like pretty little powder sugar on it, pretty little bow on it. But at the end of the day, if the other person that you are supposed to be with doesn't like it or want it, it's wrong. That's it.
Right.
You can't dance around that. I mean, it just is what it is. So you have an option to entertain it or not entertain it. And again, as spoken of earlier, I think that you like him. I think that y'all kind of vibed in a way that if he wasn't with her, that y'all would probably be closer. And so those things don't like, you don't, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe you could turn that stuff off. Maybe you can't. But I didn't think it was that easy to just turn off like that if you just start liking somebody.
For me, it is.
How so? Because it's that easy. Well, I don't want to say it's that easy for me too, but I think if I understand if I stand to lose more than I stand to gain, it's easy for me to do. It's easy for me to do. You know.
Right.
It's easy for me to do.
And I tell you why I said it's easy for me to do that, because I had already told him, because like I would say maybe 3-4 weeks into us talking, he was like, you know, I really like you. I, you know, didn't expect for me to like you, you know, as much as I do.
You?
Never happened for me before.
He didn't expect you. He didn't expect himself to like you as much as he do.
Right.
Okay.
He was like, and you know, I want to kind of take this to another level. And by that time when he said that, because I didn't even put on that I knew that he was already in a committed relationship. So I told him, I said, well, listen, I'm just going to be straight up with you because you're not being straight up with me. I said, I know you're in a committed relationship. I said, and this is not something that, one, I care to emotionally invest in. Two, I said, you know, we'll be cool, but that's about as far as it's gonna go. I said, but even with that, that gravel's gonna eventually run into that cement is gonna eventually turn to gravel. That road's gonna end too. Is exactly what I told him. And when I said, you know, I told you we hadn't been talking for weeks, is because I was like, you know, I'm not entertaining that, and I wasn't at all. Because I believe I attract what is meant for me. I don't chase. I attract what is meant for me. And if that ain't meant for me, that's somebody else.
Okay.
So I didn't entertain him anymore. I deleted his numbers out my phone. That's why when he called today, I'm like, who is this calling me from an 843 number? Like, who is this? Because I don't know who it is. And then I didn't realize who it was until he hit me on my Snap and was like, hey, call me. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then he told me about the situation. I'm like, well, you can't be mad because she, you know, trying to check and see what's going on. He was like, but she doing her dirt too. It don't matter.
Well, listen, but did she get caught is the question. And if she ain't got caught, she got caught?
According to what he said. At this point, I don't believe I'm getting all parts. I'm picking up that I'm not getting the full spectrum of the story.
I can see that because, you know, it's his side, her side, and then there's the truth. Somewhere in the middle. So But this is the funny thing about that though. See, that's what really bothers me. Because he should see when you spoke of manipulation earlier. Manipulation starts way earlier than the actual manipulation takes place, because you're planting seeds so that when those seeds can cope, like you plant little things there, like, yeah, man, she probably was doing her dirt too. So then that actually in some ways justifies the dirt to him, justifies the dirt that he's doing, and also says, man, I don't know if I want to be married no more. So now he hoping that, and I'm not saying it's again to cast no aspersions on the gentleman, but like saying that so that you hoping that you'll kind of stick around and let the whole situation play out, so when it ends, you'll still be around. So, it's just like I said, I'm trust me, it's so much more deeper than that. Like I don't want to get into it because I don't want to get into the weeds with that conversation, but it manipulation is a trip, and people that are good at it, I get it, but you also have to be yourself and have your own mind about what you want to do. And that's what I was talking about earlier about being in that stage. Like, look, I'm either in or I'm out. I either like you or I don't. I either want to be around you, don't. Like, it's one thing and it's the other thing. I get to choose between two things. That's it. I don't have a whole lot of choices to be manipulating and maneuvering and trying to figure out this and figure out that. I ain't got time. I don't.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Why do something hard when you can do something easy? In that regard.
Right.
I'm gonna put a whole bunch of work into something. Oh my goodness. And it's doing nothing but causing me stress and anxiety. And here it is, this person over here, all they want to do is adore me and be around me and be near me. And yet I won't even give them the time of day. It's one of the most confusing things in the human, like about human beings, which is weird to me. Everybody say, well, you want what you can't have. Like, I don't really think that that's true. I think that that's what people say to validate that, though.
No, I don't think that's what it is. I think that what it is, okay, I can only speak on it from a female perspective because this was, like I said, this was something that I would do when I was younger. It was like, no, that's not my type. I wasn't looking at the spirit of the person. I was looking more at the flesh of the person. So as I got older, I'm like, yo, this flesh part ain't what's good for me. It's not what's good for me. I need to look at the spirit. I need to look and see, test the spirit by the spirit. If it's something that resonates with me on a spiritual level, then okay, that's what I need to be dealing with, not with this superficial stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I told you earlier. I was like, yeah, I was going at stuff superficially. But that was because there was a lot of stuff that I discovered that it wasn't even, I guess you could say, my doing. It was stuff that I guess you could say, like you said, things that I was conditioned to think over the years.
Like what?
So I had to go and undo that stuff.
Like what?
Like, for example, when I was growing up, my mom, she would always say, always make sure you have you a good-looking man. Get you a good-looking man, do this, that. It was superficial. A good-looking man will do you dirty.
Yeah, they will. Ugly men will do you dirty too, but that's a whole nother something.
They will, but
they just happy to be there. Some of them though.
Right, but it was like I saw the type of men that my mom went after, and every last one of them did her dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, that was my preference. So I followed that because I thought, okay, well, that's the right way. That's why with my daughter, I'm like, yo, it's a lot of stuff that my mom did that I didn't do because I'm like, oh no, we breaking that. Like that's not going to happen, because of the simple fact I don't want her to have that as a preference, and then she ends up following the same destructive path.
Right.
Because that path was destructive for me because it was just like, hey, I can't get this right. I just cannot. I can't get this right. The love bombing, all of that stuff. It didn't work. And then it's like with my husband, it sat me down. Like when I say it sat me down. I was like, okay, girl, you got some stuff that you got to untangle. You got some layers of this onion you're going to have to peel off. And that's what I did. I really went within and dealt with stuff and ask for clarity in the things that I didn't understand and why I was doing this and why I was doing that. Because at the end of the day, as within, so without. So once I did that, it was like, okay, you know what? I was doing this wrong the whole entire time. But the good thing is now I've learned my lesson. So now let's get on the right path and let's do the right thing. So now what I accepted from previous relationships, I don't do that no more. And I'll be quick to tell you, no, that's a deal breaker for me. I can't do that.
What's a deal? Sorry. Give me a deal breaker for you.
A deal breaker for me is being rude. I'm not rude. Please don't be rude.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I actually, if I take a woman out to eat, that's kind of part of the whole deal. Is how she talks to and how she treats the people that are taking care of us. And so, respect is very, very, very important to me. Like extremely important to me. And so I was talking to my friends at work today. And I said, you have to approach things with the right energy. You got to, we was like me and you were talking earlier. Like you got to meet people where they at, and you got to approach people with the right energy. So you're approaching people with the wrong energy, but yet you still expecting the right result. I don't know how you can do that.
Right.
You coming at me hollering about your situation when you can just calm down and talk to me like a person and tell me what it is that bothers you so I can help you fix it. But I don't understand how you think hollering at me is going to get your problem rectified. That's what I don't think. So I think that respect is very important. Yeah. So I pay attention to that. So I get that. Give me another one.
Control. Being controlling.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you got some big ones. So okay, give me another one. Because I'm none of that. I don't care what you do. I just want you to do me.
Let's see. Well, that kind of goes with disrespect. What? If I'm coming to you and I'm telling you something I don't like, and instead of you listening, you trying to justify the reason why you did what you did, and I'm telling you like that I don't like that,
right,
and you still do it anyway,
right?
Bye.
Okay, that's a good one. Give me one more.
Not understanding my drive and my determination, being non-supportive.
Okay,
I can't stand.
That's a good one.
Nope.
It's a real good one, actually. It's a really good one.
Can't do it. Not able to communicate effectively.
Okay.
Efficiently. Can't solve things if you don't talk about it.
Right. I don't know until I know.
Exactly. If I see that you can't, say, for example, we run into an issue where we don't see eye to eye on the situation, you try to, how do I say it? Approach it with logic versus trying to understand where I'm coming from, and your point of view is just the end all be all.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Well, how could one person's opinion be the end all be all? If it's two people talking.
Listen. Again, I done been through some stuff.
Well, you ain't got to. Yeah, that them days are over.
I done been through some stuff, so it's like and that's why I'm telling you earlier, the two guys that got. I met that I cut them off Saturday. They were done. They displayed, if not one or two of those things I just said.
Right, but you said two guys. You really only told me about one. What do you mean?
There were two. It was a lot. It was a lot of dudes. That was like what, four?
So you
four.
So you gave your number out to 4 dudes and you cut 2 of them off.
4. Yep.
Wow. You had a hell of a night. You had 4 numbers.
4.
So
2 of them got cut.
Why did the other? I know about the other dude that was, that was kind of trying to check you on what you do or what have you. I knew about that. What did the other dude get cut for?
He got cut because he wanted me to come see him Friday night, and I told him I'm at home with my babies. I'm not going back out, and he got an attitude. No, you don't respect my kids and the fact that I'm a mother, so no, gone.
Oh, you cut him off quick for that one,
Mm-hmm. Gone. My babies come first.
100%. 100%. 1,000%.
Yep, you could.
Oh yeah. No, I would love to see you late, but I know that I want you to handle your mom responsibilities because you would become less attractive to me if you didn't. So
yeah. Oh.
So I don't, so I definitely, yeah, I would, no disrespect to you because you're beautiful, but I would cut you off if I didn't think that you were handling your mom responsibilities and you were putting me before them. I wouldn't like that at all. So I get it, so he got cut quick like that and then the other dude got cut for being this and that. So what about this other dude lingering around? Is he cool?
Yeah, he cool. He cool people. He cool. I don't talk to him as much, so yeah, I don't talk to him as much. So I'm asking for clarity on him right now.
What do you mean asking for? What do you mean asking for clarity? What does that mean? Clarity.
Show me what's going on with him.
So what's clear? What's unclear?
What's going on with him? Because I need to know. Because I'm like, okay, I hear from you, and don't hear from you. It's like at certain times of the night, which I think I already know what's going on, but I don't want to assume.
Yeah. Okay. You're hilarious. You know that? You're asking for clarity. Is he likable?
Yeah, he's likable.
Okay. So what do you need to be clear on?
Do he have a situation going on?
Okay.
Which again, I don't care if he's talking to other women because he's not obligated to me. However,
but you're talking to other men.
Saying with a whole live woman, then no, we're not doing that either.
Right. So you're talking to other men, so you can't be mad if he's talking to other women.
Exactly. No, I'm not mad about that. Do you, boo?
Right.
Because I'm single. Almost.
Single.
Almost.
Yeah. You sound like you can't wait.
Man, listen, I can't. I really cannot.
What changes? What changes?
What changes?
What changes?
The simple fact that chapter will finally be closed in my life.
Okay, that part I get.
It's partially open. Yeah. It's still partially open.
Okay. Okay. So. Yeah. Interesting. Well, that's I mean, like I said, that's pretty cool. I get it. You got so wait a minute. So you got 4 numbers in one night? Or gave out 4 numbers in one night? Hello? That is awesome. But because I know it was like 12 dudes that was in your face. So
how you know it was 12 dudes in my face?
Listen, I see you. I was in your face. I was one of the 12. So I know. But what I will say though is I'm glad you acclimating to getting out there though. That's dope. Just gotta navigate those waters because it's a lot of situationships out here.
Exactly. I don't want those.
Do you have any idea what you want really? Because I remember earlier you said that you wanted somebody that was cool, you can travel with, and you can talk to. And if it ends up becoming more, then it does. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. And so,
right.
See, I told you, I remember. Is that what you after, or do you just want to be single for the summer and just be and let it rip?
Well, I'm okay. So, like I said, I got 6 more months. Yeah, I don't want anything.
But
I don't
nothing.
want anything serious until I'm completely divorced.
Okay, well, I get that part, but that doesn't mean in 6 months that you'll want anything serious. That's why I'm asking you. I'm asking you.
I'm living in the now. Right now, that's what I want.
Right now, what you want? Today,
what I want is somebody that's cool, I can chill with. We can go out, hang out, do things together, go travel. And again, if it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. If it doesn't, it does not.
Are you talking about a relationship or are you talking about benefits?
I don't know if I want to do the benefits part.
You don't know if you want to do the benefits part? You want a person that's go out of town with you without no benefits? I'm asking. I'm just asking the question. I'm not. You know me. I'm just here. I just exist. I'm just asking the question. This me and you talking in a box.
That's why you have options.
I don't understand what you're saying.
What I'm saying is, shoot, if you have one that you can go to the movies with, you got another one you can go out to eat with, or you can have that all in the same person. But no, I'm like, no, I don't think I want to do that and the reason why I say that is because I do not trust how my ex moves. I don't want to give you nothing.
See, I think that you use the paralysis by analysis though, because.
What you mean?
Well, because earlier you intimated that your ex had already moved on.
He did, but that don't mean he don't play fair.
Listen, what I'm saying to you is, all right. So now I'm gonna tell you a story, and I'm only telling you this story because it's apropos for the situation, right?
Okay.
But my middle child, her mom, I tell her we had a conversation a few years back, and I told her she changed my life. She said, well, what do you mean I changed your life? I said, well, it's because of you that I'm probably not married. She said, what do you mean? I said, because if you recall, I moved everything of my existence to like this country part of Alabama, packed up everything to be with you and my baby, and everything, and bought a ring to propose to you, only for you to propose to me. I mean, only for me to propose to you and you say yes. And then a couple of weeks later, you give me the ring back and move out. Not because of what I did, but because you thought that I made you sick. Like, I didn't make you sick, you know? And so, but after that process, I was so distraught and almost like virtually destroyed. I was younger. About that relationship and about that situation. Like, I had did all this and I had finally committed myself to doing all this only for you to basically just slap me in the face. And I didn't probably, within the next couple of weeks, I was distraught. I probably lost about 15 pounds, just being honest with you, when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And so one day I was at work and I realized, so I had an epiphany. I was like, damn, you know, I said, she decided that she didn't want to be with me because she thought that I made her sick, which I couldn't have. And she's moved on with her life and doing what she want to do, everything to make her happy. And this is the only life that I get. I don't get to do this again. If I'm not here tomorrow, I don't get no bulligans. I don't get to come back next week, next year, next nothing. And this person is basically in control of my happiness and in control of my life based on what they think and how they feel and what they didn't want. And I'm allowing it to affect me, and that person is not even around. So I was like, damn, you know what? I said, no person, no human being will ever have more control over my life than I will, ever. And so I've always been focused on making me happy. And I've always been focused because I like making people happy. That makes me happy. So that's what I do. But for you, if somebody in your life has already moved on, then y'all just basically waiting on a piece of paperwork to be finalized. But mentally, both of you have already moved on. You got 4 numbers in one night. You weren't thinking about your ex-husband when you did that. You just did it. You just existed in you being you and what makes you happy and you feel good. And that should be unapologetically what you always do. Unapologetically. So whatever Christy wants. And Christy is providing the means for Christy to do so. Christy lives a life for her to do so. Christy exists in the to do so. Not giving a damn what he think or how he feel. Because he's already doing his own thing. So he's irrelevant until this piece of paper needs to be signed.
Mm-hmm.
So he don't get no more says in these conversations. You understand?
I suppose.
You suppose?
Mm-hmm.
You just so sweet. I'm sorry. Did I overstep my boundaries?
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking right now? Don't lie to me.
I get what you're saying.
You do?
I hear what you're saying.
And
but I don't trust him.
But what can he do? Is my question.
What could he do?
Yeah, I'm asking you. If you know he's already moved on, he's doing his thing, then what could he do if you were doing your thing? Is my question.
He couldn't do anything, but he's a spiteful individual. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't trust him.
I know, but what could my question is still the same. What could he do that would be spiteful? Is my question.
Okay, I'll break it down to you like this.
Please.
When he came home for Christmas, I had been sick for 3 months.
Why were you sick?
I was stressed out.
Over what?
The relationship.
Okay. You know I'm a detailed individual. I like details, but continue.
I was, my husband was a narcissist, okay? First and foremost.
Was or is?
He is.
Okay, there you go. Continue.
So, I got sick. I was hospitalized in October, hospitalized in November, and then I got really sick at like towards the middle of December, and then he came home for Christmas. So, came home, was just rude, nasty. This side I hadn't seen. Like it was horrible. So I'm sitting here like, okay. So I had to end up putting my business to the side because my health was more important at the time.
100%.
So, like I explained to him, I had a stash to the side, but I didn't let him know I had a stash to the side. Because mind you, when my husband came, when we got together, my husband didn't have anything. I was already established in everything. And I supported him, helped him build himself up to where he could, provide for the family and everything like that. So there was a job that came up for him that was going to help him to make great money monthly.
Decent, great money. That's real.
Great money monthly. And when I got sick, and I told him, well, babe, I'm going to have to put my business to the side because I can't try to operate and I'm constantly sick because I'm not showing up for my customers and my clients the way that I need to because I'm in and out the hospital. So, of course, with that, I had to, go to my customers. Hey, I'm taking, my health is fading. For right now, I'm going to have to shut the business down and I'll be picking it back up. In January, I hope to be picking everything back up because I should be in better health then. So I started getting better around Christmas time. Was weak still, but was still able to move around and do a little bit here and there. So the financial responsibility of the house, like I said, I had a stash somewhere else. The financial responsibility of the house fell on him, where before I was handling most of the financial responsibility to help him, to build him up, to get him to where he needed to be, to build him up to his potential, what I saw in him. Okay. He had an attitude about that, first and foremost. So January come around, I'm going to start picking up and I start doing, working business again, reaching back out to the clients that I had to, kind of tell them, look, I can't work for you. Hey, I'm back up and running. Let me know when you're ready to, for us to start this all back over. And so then the money started coming in, but it was coming in slow, but it was coming in. So I was building my clientele back up. So I called him one day and I said, hey, we need groceries for the house because, again, he was doing contracts out of the state. And I was like, I need, money for a grocery, whatever. And his response was, well, how much do you need? Because I got my own stuff I need to worry about.
It can be a response.
I said, okay. And when he said that, that's one thing I cannot stand. That's another thing for me. Don't say, hey, you know what, if you need anything, because his thing was, you're so independent, sometimes I feel like I don't know what you need me for. But when I come to you I ask you for your help, this is the response I get. What makes you think I'm going to want to come to you in the future?
Exactly, because your experience shapes your behavior. And
exactly.
If you've experienced the first time where it didn't work out and you tried to shice me on it, I don't know about that second time coming. It's going to be like the same thing. So I get it.
Right.
But that's interesting. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And that wasn't the first time.
Really?
That wasn't the first time, because we were when he first went to Minnesota. Because when my health was bad, he was like, well, babe, why don't you come and travel with me up to Minnesota to my new contract, whatever. So we took a road trip from North Carolina all the way to Iowa, all the way to Minnesota. So I drove up there with him, but I flew back home.
You and the kids?
I just went because the kids, that was the weekend that the kids were spending with their dad. That was the week that they were spending with their dad.
Okay.
So what in the world was it? So yeah, so what happened? I went up there with him, and we had went to a brewery up there, and I saw this pullover that I liked, the Army Critique pullover, and I was trying to pull over on, and so the girl was kind of rushy, and she was like, okay, how are you going to pay for the pullover, whatever. So he pulls out his card, he pays for it. So we get in the car, and I feel that something is wrong. I'm like, baby, you all right, you good? What's wrong with you? This, that, and the third. And he's like, he made a big fuss about spending $50 for a pullover.
That's ridiculous, girl. I'll buy you a pullover tomorrow for $50. That's some stupid. Listen, you know what? Let me tell you something. Let me say something to you, okay? First of all, let me ask you a question. Do you know how you keep from being broke? How?
What? How do you keep from being broke?
Make more money.
Exactly.
If you work every day, you wake up every day, you go to a job, that means you get a check. If you are an entrepreneur, that means you're doing different things that you're creating. Again, we talked about that earlier. And money is an energy. It's not a thing. It's actually, this is like a piece of paper that we like. This is like what I have to give you to constitute that I gave you something for a product that you're finna give me. But the people that you surround yourself with and the connections that you make and the relationships that you build, those things can make you rich.
Right.
So wealthy. I apologize. Wealthy. And so with that, like, do you understand that who you are? Like, spending money is not a thing. Like, if I got it, it's yours. If I got it, you can have it. If I got it and you want it, it's yours. Like, cultivating things and us navigating through the waters of life is way more important than me having. Remember we talked earlier about stupid conversations that don't need to take place?
Right.
I make $70 an hour. $70 an hour. Not a lot of money to a lot of people. And to other people, it's a lot of money. I don't think it's a lot of money because I think I'm supposed to be making $1,000 an hour. But that's what I'm working towards, though. So that's just me. But at the same time, I don't care about that as much as I care about how you feel about us and what makes you happy and what makes you feel good. And, but that's only if you care about the same thing in reciprocity. Because if you're giving it and you're not getting it, then I can see you feeling some type of way. If a person doesn't care as much about you having as you care about them having, then I can see you feel some type of way. But I blow $50 on lunch for my teammates, for my coworkers. I'm definitely not gonna be crying about $50 for a pullover for my baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'm blanked. I'm blanked. I went the hell off. You understand?
I believe it.
I went the hell off. I was like, seriously? We having this conversation about a $50 pullover?
For real?
Either you nor I are struggling for money. Like, I told him, I said, you know what? I'll give you the little raggedy $60, $50. I said, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you interest. I'm gonna give you $60 back versus $50. How about that?
See, but you know what though? See, this is why I like you, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. The money wasn't the issue. The fact that it was an issue is the issue.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, the money wasn't even a thing. The fact that you made it a thing is a thing. Like, that's because going forward, now I don't even feel comfortable about asking you for stuff now. Like, that's right. That causes a strain. You're gonna be looking at me sideways if I ask you to buy me a $50 steak. Come on, man. I piss $50. That ain't no money. But that's the point. People treat money like it's so important, like it's like that. But the people that are around you are more important. That's the important. So it's such a weird thing that he made a big deal about that. Man, I would have ate that gladly. This woman just drove all the way up here to be with me. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Your anger and your misguidance is pointed in the wrong direction. And in my 20s, that would have been something that probably would have been a thing. And I probably wouldn't. I definitely would have tripped about the $50 pullover. But in my 20s, I'm not the Charles that I am in my 40s. That's an absolute fact. I know it.
Right.
But I was always somebody, and I will always can be somebody that is compassionate about the people that I care about, the people that are in my circle. So even you, like, you can decide to not ever want to be anything physical to me, even though I want to kiss your pretty ass lips. Lord have mercy. But I will always protect you, and I will always be a cheerleader for you doing better and doing great in life, no matter what. As long as you ain't do nothing to my children and my money, we're going to always be good. So that's it. You already in my circle now. We met. We good. I told you, if I jump out of a plane, we go together. So
okay.
But no, I'm telling you, like, my relationships are so solid that people around me who I have solid relationships, they be like, damn, how you know that person? How you know this person? How you know that person? Dude, because I don't treat them like they're everybody, and I don't treat them like they're nobody. I just treat them like they're somebody to me. You know what I mean? But you can't make this person so big that you make this person feel so small. In the process, they both still people.
Right.
One person might have a little bit more money than the other, but that's okay. But that don't make him a better person than this other person, though. That person is still a person, and they still have the same needs and wants and desires as the person with all of the money.
Right. Right. Absolutely right. Yep.
So
yeah, that did it for me. And then he turned around and did it again. And I'm like, okay, you wanted me to depend on you, and then I tried to, and this is what you do. Like, and I'm a one and done type of person.
Really?
I am.
Wow.
I'm a one and done.
Okay, that's duly noted. Duly noted.
Like, the first time if we have an issue, and I mean, like, I tried to talk the situation out with him, and I was like, you really sitting over there with an attitude over a $50 pullover, like that's what we doing? Like that's what we doing. And I'm sitting here like, and I told him, I said, well, if you're making a big deal about a $50 pullover, then I don't feel like you bought it out of the kindness of your heart. And if you're not doing anything you're doing it out of obligation and not because you genuinely want to, I don't want you doing nothing for me. And that's exactly what I told him. I don't want you doing anything for me if you're not genuine with it.
If it ain't coming from the heart, it don't need to come at all.
Exactly. I said, and this is why I don't ask you for anything. Because when I do try to come to you and be, a submissive wife, you crap on me. Like I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So we went to the gas station, went and got something, and this is right after the situation with the pullover. And he was like, "Give me that. I will pay for it." I said, "No, I'm good. I'm good on you. I got it." We got in the car. He cussed me out. I can't believe you fucking embarrassed me like that in the store.
You can't believe he what?
I fucking embarrassed him in the store.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard you say that word before.
And I said,
why he embarrassed you in the store? He said that?
Yeah, he said I embarrassed him because when he tried to pay for what I was about to get out of the store, I told him, "No, I'm good on you. I'm good. I got it." And he was like, "I can't believe you fucking embarrassed me like that in the store." And I'm like, "What? Nobody even listening to our conversation. It wasn't even nobody in the store. Who did I embarrass you in front of?" So after that, I said, "You know what? Again, I'm good on you. I don't have nothing else to say." And I did not say nothing either. He was like, he tried to make up, "Oh, babe, I'm sorry." We got back to the contracts we had. He was staying at a resort. We got back to the resort. I gave him the $60. I put it on the bed. There go your money for my pullover and the interest that I told you I was going to give you. He told me something. Now you overreact. And I said, "No, you overreacted. Not once, but twice. In a 30-minute time frame. Mad because I didn't want you to buy what I was trying to get out of the convenience store. And two, over a $50 pullover. No, you can take your money back. Here's your money. I don't know who you think I am, but baby, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that." And then turn around and do it again when I'm trying to recoup after being sick. Child, I got tired. I said, "You know what? I deserve better than this. You ain't it." You're not it.
So you want to know my phrase for that? If it costs you peace of mind, it might be too expensive.
It was. It cost me a lot. My weight was all jacked up. My health was all jacked up. Yep. My mental state was horrible.
Think about what we talked about.
Yeah, it was crazy. I said, no, ma'am, no, sir. And I, after certain things started happening, I said, "You know what? The rose-colored glasses is off, baby. I'm gone. I love you enough to let you go and let you live whatever life you want to. Do whatever it is that you feel that is gonna make you happy. But like I told him, I can only deal with my stuff. I can't carry your stuff too, boo-boo. I can't. If you don't want to grow, you don't want to change, you don't want to evolve. I want to grow, change, and evolve. If you're not on that level with me, we don't resonate. At that point, we're unequally yoked. What we doing? We wasting time, and that I don't have. I don't have time to do that.
Exactly.
I'm trying to build empires with you, and every time I come to the table, it's like, "Babe, hey, let's do this as a business venture." You don't want to take the time to learn, nor do you want to hear me out when I'm trying to teach you what I learned. No, I don't want to build nothing with nobody like that. I don't.
Yep. You only want to build with people who want to build with.
Exactly, I don't. So it was like one of them. The light bulb went off and was like, okay, You don't make you know, no matter what I do, you don't make me feel like I'm good enough. And that's what I told him. I don't care what I do. It ain't good enough for you.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
I'm not gonna keep doing this. I'm not gonna keep giving and giving and giving, and you just taking. And then, you know, when stuff don't go your way, here you go with the silent treatment. You don't tell me you love me and you going days without talking to me, and I'm your wife.
That's not ever gonna ever be that's ridiculous. You know what?
Thank you.
You know what? We got to change. We're gonna have to change this conversation because that's some stupid shit. If you'll forgive my French.
That's why I said I don't like stupidity.
Listen. I want to hear you say. I want to hear you tell me you love me every day. Every day. I want to hear you tell me you love me every day. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. I want you to hear me tell you that I love you every day. Every day. And if it's not, you know, why we not doing that? You better have a good ass reason not to. That my day don't begin with you and end with you. Regardless of where I'm at on earth. So, but I think that the next relationship end is going to be the greatest thing that people have ever seen. Because I think that I'm capable of restoring people's faith in relationships. But it's only if I'm in a relationship with a person that I genuinely want to be in a relationship in because they're about me and they get me.
Right.
And if it's not that, then it's not that. But
right.
So I tell you, it's not a thing, man. Like I don't function like that. Like I don't function like that now. I think I done figured it out. You know, I think I done figured some things out about myself. And I'm going to admit something to you that I realized today. Now, if you run away, that's a you problem. It's not a me problem. But I'm not trying to scare you away.
Okay.
But I do desire to eventually be in a relationship. And that is a new revelation to me because I didn't desire it at all. And only because I just hadn't really met nobody that I felt like I could vibe with like that, legit.
Right.
And so I would like to work on something that eventually becomes something greater than what it is. But organically, not forcefully.
Right.
Those things are important. The organic, not forcefully part is important. You know, and a person that really truly desires to be around me because they care. Legit.
Right.
That's it. And so I won't have anything until I have that.
Right. I get it. I get it. But, you know, like I said, I'm forever grateful for my marriage because it taught me so much. And I could have never learned those lessons had I not gone through that. And I even told him that I wasn't even mad. It's like, you know what? I will forever be grateful for our relationship
100%.
Because it has taught me so
100%. Like even if it taught me what I didn't want or what not to do, it still counts.
It does.
It still counts. I don't want that. I know that now. That still counts.
Right. Right. I won't put up with that.
Right. That right there, I know I don't want it because I experienced it and I hated it.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. It was like, yeah, it's like I wrote out, I don't want that, I don't want that, I don't want that. I journaled, like, I don't want this either, I don't want that. Yeah, I want that. No, I don't want that. You have to be like this, you have to be that, all of that stuff. I wrote all of that. I wrote everything out that I'm looking for in the event that I do decide I want to go into another relationship.
In the event you do decide that you want to go into a relationship, listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't pretend to know as much about you as I would eventually like to know. But if you can tell me if I'm wrong, and I won't be mad because I mean I'm not sensitive, right? Like that about that stuff like that. But to be honest with you, you strike me as a relationship type of woman, though.
I really am.
You don't strike me as a I can be single for the rest of my days type of woman. That just don't seem like your vibe. Not even a little bit. You're a homebody. You're a nature woman. You're loving and nurturing. And well, I mean, I think that other than giving your number out to 4 different men, which I love, and again, I'm not because I think that you should go get what you want. Like you ain't gonna get no more opportunities to do that. So, but
wait. What that mean?
No, what I mean is, like right now you single, so these are your opportunities. Like you can do whatever you want, but if you get in a relationship, you can't do that. Like that stuff is locked down. So while you have the opportunity to do what you want, you get to go do what you want, and that's it. And you actually chose to do so and exercised it. That's the point. Because it could have been there for you, and you could have still chosen not to do it, but you chose to do it still. So, so what made you want to talk to me? Is because I wanted to talk to you and you were just being nice?
No, I wasn't being nice. I liked how you presented yourself. You were very respectful. You made me laugh, which is something I love to do. So I really liked your vibe. I really did. I really, really did. I was like, you know what? He alright with me until proven otherwise.
Yeah, well, I'm not. You don't hold your breath for that. But,
until proven otherwise. But because I did. Because I mean, again, it's just like my sort game is like, I'm sorting through. I'm sorting through. That's it.
Your sword game, so you didn't already cut 2 dudes off just like straight like that.
You didn't make the cut.
And you still trying to figure 1 dude out. So I feel like I'm winning right now, actually.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure him out. Some don't sit right in my gut.
So what do I sit right? What do I sit in your gut?
I'm not picking up nothing off of you.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing. That's why ain't nothing to pick up.
I ain't picking up nothing. I ain't picking up nothing at all.
I live alone. I work quite a bit. I'm very open about my life and what I do, who I'm, and everything in it. So, and I want to be honest with you because I want to develop a relationship of honesty with you, regardless of where it goes.
I appreciate that.
Oh, it's my pleasure. But I want that to be the same and reciprocated.
I told you I'm an open book.
I know. I'm just saying. Well, my point is, I'm only giving off the energy that I want to receive. So, so let's try it out then. Because you said you're open book. Let's try something out. This should be fun.
Oh Lord.
Ask me a question. Don't be scared now. Don't be scared.
Oh Lord.
Don't be scared. Ask me a question you probably wouldn't normally ask a man. No matter what. Anything in the world. Legit.
I don't know.
You know you wouldn't ask a man anything, so come on now. Ask me something that you know you probably wouldn't normally ask somebody.
That I wouldn't?
That you would not. Using our contractions tonight. Wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know what I wouldn't ask.
Listen, nobody would ask Go ahead.
And I say that because, okay, first of all, I haven't put this out there.
You say what?
I don't know. And I say that because I consider myself someone as not having a filter. And
Right.
I just let it flow.
Right.
So, off the spot,
yeah,
I really don't know.
Well, I mean, you seem like you're a witty woman. You should be ready, like on the cusp. Oh, like if you'd asked me that question, I'd have shot you a question, bam, just like that. I'd instantly had a question ready to go. So, but I get it. It's okay. I just, I know that you seem to be unfiltered, which is one of the things that I find incredibly likable about you. So I get it. But I like the questions and the answers that I love are the ones that come spontaneously. When I ask you what you're thinking right then, the only reason I'm asking is because you wouldn't voluntarily tell me. So I never know what I'm gonna get. But if we just have a regular conversation, like you can tell me whatever you want to and whatever you've thought up. But when I ask you something like off the cuff, you gotta tell me what's going on up there right now. And if I hadn't asked you, you wouldn't tell me. So those are usually good answers. But I digress. What I will tell you is this, though, is in the world that we live in right now, it's just very refreshing to have people around you where y'all can just be straight up. And everything can just be good. Like, that's really the people that you want to surround yourself with. It was this girl at my job today. She's 20 years old. Beautiful girl. And she said, Charles, man, I deal with a lot of anxiety issues. I deal with a lot of insecurity. And I said, well, why you deal with a lot of insecurity? And she was just like, I just feel some type of way about this and I feel some type of way about that. I said, listen, her name Ariana. I said, don't surround yourself with people that bring you down. Surround yourself with people that build you up. Number one. Number two, and more importantly, nobody should ever be able to determine how you feel about yourself. Nobody should ever be in control of how you feel about yourself. So she was like, she's like, oh, Charles, you're my favorite. I tell them all that, like, you are my, I'm like, well, but that's the important part. Like, you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you. She want to go to medical school. And so in doing that, like in preparing for your future, like, what did I tell you earlier when we talked? I said, if anybody is making you come out of character and compromising you being yourself, you get rid of them, but you don't ever stop being yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that needs to leave. Not you changing, but them leaving. That's what needs to happen.
Absent. Goodbye.
You know what I'm saying? But don't ever compromise who you are, especially if that's who you've been practicing on being you for all this time, and you gonna let somebody change who you are in 3 months? You've been you for 20 years. And you're gonna let somebody tear that down in 3 months? Like, think about that. Which actually segues me into something that I always found to be interesting, is that women that get rid of a man for 2% of what's wrong with him, and not the 98% that's good with him. So it's like a weird thing. Like, one thing can cause you to be out, but all of the things you do good can't keep you in. I find that to be weird. You say what?
That's true.
You say what?
That's true.
I'm like, oh, girl,
I don't. Girl, you know what? I will honestly say, like, from that aspect, I don't see myself falling in that category.
Well, you just said specifically now, you cut 2 dudes off because one dude did this and one dude did that. Now, to be fair, Neither one of them had an opportunity to show you actually who they are legitimately because you were just getting to know them. So be righteous for these. They wouldn't be righteous for this conversation. But in the totality of how women treat men, which is what we talked about earlier, about like how can a man get a fair chance when a woman already have a negative thought about men, period. All of these things go into effect. And all of these things play so many parts in relationships and people. There's so much so sometimes it be unbeknownst to people.
Like I said, hold on a second, your brother about to die. But like I was saying, with them, with the one I just told, I just was blunt with him and told him I can't do that. He apologized. Because again, I trust everyone. I'll go into every relationship trusting
100%. You in until you out.
And even if you do something that I don't like or based on how you act, I'd still trust you because I'm trusting what you show me.
Right.
And it was like with both of the dudes, they did something that I didn't like. I did give them an opportunity. One of the guys, he apologized, but that same mentality showed up again. So I'm like, okay, I told you I'm a one and done person. I still gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then when I told him that when he did that, that was unattractive to me, you know what I mean? He's like, well, why is that unattractive? Because I'm not your woman. And two, you trying to tell me what to do. You being controlling and you acting possessive. And I'm not even your lady. Because I can only imagine if I continue to deal with you, because you're telling me I'm not that type of person. I apologize. I this, I that. But when I tell you that what you did was unattractive to me, that same whatever was in operation rose back up again, and you started getting rude again. Right. No. I don't need to get to know you. You're rude, and you're nasty, and I don't want that energy around me.
I can respect that, and I understand. I not only understand, I understand everything that you just said, and I agree with you. And so, in the early stages of getting to know somebody, if they show you things that are deemed unattractive, there is no love lost because you haven't invested any time yet. You see what I'm saying? So if you haven't invested any time yet, okay, well, he could be gone, they could be gone, it could be gone, or whatever the case is. So in that regard, like that's what I'm saying. Like even when you get to know somebody, like we talked about earlier, it's just so difficult for people to just try to enjoy getting to know somebody. Everything got to be so difficult and so contentious. That's why I don't think personally to anybody that ever talks to me, asks me any question about a first date, I don't think a first date should ever be dinner. I don't think first date should ever be dinner. I don't think a first date should ever be movies or any of that. You know why? Because you want to take them someplace that lightens the mood. You want to take it someplace where there is no, like, sitting down and having a meal together. That's like a damn job interview because y'all don't know each other. So basically, y'all just sitting there asking each other questions. It's like a job interview with food.
Right.
But if you go to Top Golf or an amusement park or something, then the whole day is filled with y'all doing things and also in the process getting to know each other. Then you find out this person is competitive or this person is not competitive, or y'all walking around and talking about this and that. But the day is so flooded with different things that y'all singular attention can't be just focused on each other, because that's a lot of pressure for some people. Not for me, because I got a lot of questions. Obviously I talk too much, so I always got something to say. So for me, that is not applicable. But for a lot of people, getting to know somebody is a lot of pressure. So why not take the pressure off of yourself and that person by going somewhere where y'all can just have fun and get to know each other in an environment that cultivates y'all getting to know each other.
Right.
That's the point. Don't make it serious. So then the next date y'all do dinner. When y'all go to dinner, y'all talking about how much fun y'all had on y'all last date at the other place.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And therefore there's no tension. So in the process of getting to know each other, y'all are also reflecting on a moment that y'all shared together that was fun. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking too much. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. But I just know that people need to stop with the madness, man. That's why people it's so many single people out here. Do anybody know? Like the single people are taking over the world. Don't nobody want to be married no more. People don't even want to be in relationships no more.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that a lot of people, and I could be wrong, but what I pick up is it's just selfish. Oh, selfishness. People don't want the accountability that comes with being in a relationship.
What we talked about earlier, it's not that they don't want the accountability, they don't understand the responsibilities.
Yeah, that's too. That's too.
That's what it is.
And they don't want to be responsible. They don't want to be a big kid now. They want to be Toys R Us kids, so.
Listen, that's funny as hell. First of all, Toys R Us kids line was good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You do all right for yourself. But she said they don't want to be a big kid now. That's hilarious. That's just good as the Little Rascals line earlier too. But
exactly.
But no, but that's the truth though. Like, so you don't want to have sex tonight. Oh, I mean, okay. I get some nights you might want to take off. Wholeheartedly get that. Not bad. But it can't be like multiple nights and massive amounts of nights that you want to take off because, hello, you in a relationship. Guess what? All my intimacy is supposed to come from your ass. No disrespect, but that's the truth.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, too? Something that I'm also noticing is it's like I'm speaking from a woman perspective. Some guys don't understand that the intimacy doesn't just start in the bedroom. It starts outside the bedroom. Yeah, you got the foreplay, you got all that stuff. Yes, you do. But you have to not only just physically stimulate your woman, but like mentally. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
And a lot of people don't understand that. They think it's just, okay, baby, I want to fuck. And then they, tap, lick, whatever. And then they in the box. Like, no, you didn't even do any, and you can't do something stupid and expect me to want to lay with you. Like, it's not happening. I can only speak for myself, but it ain't happening. Because at this point, my mood is all jacked up. And you want me to have one? Nah.
No, I don't disagree with that. First of all, listen. There are two times where a man can't ask for sex, legit. And that's when a date went bad, and when he in a relationship and he done fucked up. See, because it's almost like, how you gonna ask for something when you haven't done anything to create the energy for her to want to give it to you?
Exactly.
Like, so how do you want her to be stimulated by something that's ridiculous? It's actually ridiculous on his face. You did everything counterproductive to getting what you actually desired, and yet you're still trying to get it. That don't make sense to me.
Right. Because I was having a conversation with my cousin the other day, and right now she's pregnant. And the guy that she's with, and we've had conversations where she was like, I didn't intend to be pregnant with my second child because I had envisioned that I was going to at least be married by now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I told her, well, I definitely understand. because I wasn't married to my kid's dad either, but I was engaged. And when stuff went sour with me and him, I gave him everything back. As a matter of fact, I left him the whole house. But like I was telling her, she was just like, yeah, he missed the doctor's appointment, and she was like, it seems like, every time he mess up, he thinks to make it up is to have sex. And I said, they got the game wrong. Like, no, you just totally messed up, and you think sex is gonna make everything good. And that was kind of a situation with my husband, and I see where he got it from, which made me understand why he thought that way. Because when we would fall out, and if, like, say we were around his dad was like, oh, y'all just go home and have a nice hot sex session and y'all will be all right. No, I don't even want to touch him right now, because he done did some crazy stuff. I'm not even in the mood. I don't want that.
Right. Well, so now two things can be true. So I agree with you. And I agree with, like I said, like we said earlier, like the energy is not right for you to be trying to just, trying to try her or something like that. Oh, baby, let me just make love to you. Let me make you feel good. That should make it all better. Okay, no, that's not true. Like we talked about earlier, the only way to fix it is to own it. You got to own it first. You got to own it first. Like, you got to show some type of contrition for the situation first. You can't just show up and just pull a naked man and she come out the bathroom and you just standing there without no clothes on. I've done the naked man before. But so hey, for real, hey, the naked man plays now. Don't get it twisted now. The naked man plays when you hanging and swanking. The naked man plays now. She's like, okay, well, I can look past it this one time. But don't you do it again. Don't do it again. Did you learn your lesson? Absolutely. I've been bad. I think I need to be punished. I think I need to be punished. So, but again, like so remember when I said earlier to you, I said, I think that if I'm ever in a serious relationship again, it's going to be the greatest thing ever, is because I want the person I'm with to want to have fun in life and want to have fun with each other. Man, we could be in Anquilla drinking mimosas, watching the most beautiful scenery that ever existed in the world together.
Right.
What is better than that? Sharing an experience with somebody that you genuinely are happy that they are there sharing that experience with you.
Right.
That's what people are in search of. So people that's out there in radio land, TV land, and love land, those people that say, oh, well, I don't really want nothing, I'm just working on myself, or oh, I don't really want this, I'm just working on myself. Two things can be true. But I don't think that God, or whatever your higher power being is, nobody desires to be alone, though. Nobody genuinely wants that for themselves. And the people that do say those things are just trying to rationalize the fact that they haven't found what it is exactly that they're looking for. And they're trying to pretend that they're okay.
Or they don't know.
They might. Now listen, if you don't know, you can't find what you don't know that you're looking for. You can't, I mean, that's not like a thing. So you don't even.
But I would say they haven't, I would say like this. They don't know. And when I say they don't know, it's because they're more concerned with going with their type, not realizing that their type is almost kind of like it's based on, again, like I said, preference. It's like mine. Mine was a certain type of way because of what I seen my mom.
So you think it's based on superficiality?
I wouldn't say it's superficial, but they don't know themselves enough to really know what they need. And I say this because this is not a female, but this is a male, and I was having a conversation with one of I call him my brother. He's my sister's, my niece's dad. And I was having a conversation with him, and he's still kind of fed up about the split between him and my sister. And I said, well, dude, me and him are very similar because he is, was like me, always giving and making sure everybody else was straight, but was neglecting himself. And I asked him a question. I said, dude, what do you like? And he was like, honestly, I don't know. And I said, that's a problem.
That's a big problem. A big problem.
I said, what, you don't know. I said, what do you like to do that makes you happy?
But how could you be that far along in life and not know?
Yeah, and he was like, honestly, I don't know. And I said, and why don't you know? He said, because I've always been of servitude to everybody else. I never sat down to really focus on me. I said, well, that's what you need to do before you go and pursue anything else, because you're going to always be looking for that individual to fill your void, and you're going to always pretty much adjust to what that person likes, and then you realize you don't like it, and you're going to be unhappy.
Well,
I said, so you need to figure that out.
Right. And so exactly. There should be a massive focus on you and what you desire and figuring out. Now that's such a tricky thing for somebody to be that far along in life and to have had all these experiences and not know for themselves what they actually desire in their heart for them to want in life. Like even the last person that you were with, what do you mean? Like the last person that you were with, did you not think that they were the one? Were they giving you everything that your heart desires? Were they what you envisioned yourself having? Right. And if that's not the answer, and if the answer to those questions is not yes, then you have the wrong person.
Right.
You have the wrong person. If you can't look at that person and say the answer to those questions is yes, you have the wrong person. And anything lost can be regained again except for time wasted.
Right.
So why waste time on something that is not beneficial? I can spend time on something that I feel has potential, but I can't waste time on something that's not beneficial. Damn, that was good. Actually, that was pretty good.
You did that. Mm-hmm.
I did that. Sure. I love when you say I did that. Say it again.
You did that.
It's my birthday, bitches.
Oh my God.
Do y'all know what May 25th is? May 25th is Charles Day. If you don't know May 25th is Charles Day, that's a you problem, not a me problem, but it will be coming to you soon. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I'm an asshole. Full asshole. You know.
I can't. But yeah, no, he didn't know. So I told him he need to figure that out. Before he go and pursue anything else. I need you to know you from the in and the out. I said because.
But it's not that complicated though. As people might think it is. It's really not that complicated. It's just as simple as what do you want? Like what makes you happy? Like again, what makes you happy and who is genuine, and again, as talked about earlier, the person is around because of choice, not obligation. Don't ever feel obligated to anybody that you have to do something or you have to be around. This is your life. This is the only life you get. This is it.
That's it. That's all. And it's just like, it's crazy. I mean, and I told him, I said, you can ask me right now what I like to do. I can tell you everything I like to do. I like to skate. I like to play basketball from time to time. I like to go, like I said, I like to be in nature. I love going to the beach. I like to read. I like to listen to music. I love music. And I said, I know what makes me happy. I was like, the music is definitely music and poetry is my thing. I said, but if I want to be physical, then I'll go for a walk, or I'll go skate. I'll go skate. I said, but I know what I like. I like, that you can take me to a car show. I'll be the happiest kid on earth because I love cars too. So
can I tell you something?
Oh, I love motorcycle racing. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I've never done any of that. Not one of those things, but I will tell you this. I love music. Music is my muse. Like music keeps me from me. Like I am a musical almanac. I probably know the lyrics and words probably to about more than 1,500 songs, maybe more than that. But and I know what I love too. I know it makes me happy. I know the people that are around that make me happy. Like some of the people that I love being around are some of the people that I probably just met like a year ago,
right,
6 months ago, or a year ago. But I genuinely enjoy their company. That's what I'm like. So life is just such a smorgasbord of so many things that if you open your eyes and take your blinders off, can enlighten you and I'm talking about just beautify your existence. But people don't want their existence beautified. They want their existence complacent. They want their existence to be bland or simple. And I don't. That's my point. Like I want my existence to be things that's gonna make me feel uncomfortable so that I can learn more about them. I want my existence to be full of different varieties of people with different opinions about things that I also too have different opinions about. You want those people around you because they make your life better.
Exactly.
You don't want the same people around you with the same ideals and opinions, because if that's the case, nothing moves with y'all.
Right.
Nothing changes. No research is done. No homework is done. No nothing is done because y'all all think the same, move the same, act the same.
Exactly.
Who introduces y'all to something different? Who introduces y'all to something new? Nobody. So for me, I challenge myself to have people around me that are great at something that I'm not great at.
Yeah.
So
it's important. It's imperative. It's imperative, and that's why, like, for me, it's like, I will honestly say this year, I really took inventory. Like, I really took inventory. And I'm like, okay, let me review, analyze, like, the relationships I have. I would never break the relationship, but it's like, okay, I had to put people in their respective places, if I must say. Like, if it's somebody that I know, okay, well, I know I can go out and have drinks with this person and have a good time. Okay, I know this person, we can sit and we can talk and bounce business ideas off of each other, or we can use our creativity to think of ways to generate additional income, or, this person is this or that or whatnot. So I did inventory on everything. And I had to, I had to tell a couple people, hey, listen, like, I'm on the move. I'm about to really had my head already in the game, but my head's about to go full-fledged into the game. So it might be times where, you reach out to me. If I'm busy, it's because I gotta get what I gotta get done. And I don't want you to take my silence as me, cutting you off, or I don't do you anymore. It's just I can't partake in the conversations that we have because I'm trying to get something accomplished. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that's kind of just what it was. So, like, the ones that I'm with on a regular basis, like Rosie, because I know Rosie has the same drive and determination that I have, and a couple of other people. And I just had to, those are the people that I prefer to spend majority of my time with, because I'm trying to get to another level in my business. So, that's just how I kind of did that. What I had to do. You know.
No, I mean, again, I wholeheartedly get it. I wholeheartedly get it. And so for my world and in my world, I genuinely think that, again, I've just totally found a way to just surround myself with people that better me, challenge me, and love me. That's it. Those are the three types of people that you want to be around. The cancerous people that you want to stay away from is people that always compare, criticize, and complain. Those are the three cancers. Those are the three C's. Compare, criticize, and complain.
Yeah.
Because those things tear things down. They don't build things up.
Yeah. Yeah. They got pushed to the. So it's a square around my circle, right? And they in one of them four corners.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I'm protecting my energy too. You know, like I had someone I had to tell last week, like, listen, I gotta take a hiatus, and when I rise, I'll let you know. You know, because the only thing, you know, like you said, comparing. You know, every time, you know, I say something, you're coming back with, oh, well, girl, I done did that. Like I told you, I do this. Okay, that's fine, baby. Be great. But every time I say something, it doesn't have to be like a one-up conversation. You know what I'm saying?
We are not competing.
You know,
we are not competing.
And I, you know, had to explain to her because she was just like, yeah, girl, you know, my friend just called me. We going to Aruba. I said, man, that's amazing. I said, that's wonderful. I said, I've never been to Aruba before. I said, I'd like to go, but I've never been.
Love Aruba.
You know, and she was like,
love
what
Aruba.
She say? Huh?
Love Aruba. Aruba is gorgeous too. Aruba like the Bahamas. I mean, it's actually probably more beautiful than the Bahamas.
I have not been to Aruba. I would like to go, but I've never been to Aruba yet.
Well, you know, let's do it. Absolutely. Yet. Yet. Boss up.
Yeah. So.
Act as if.
So she was like, I told you, I travel international. You know, I don't do Atlanta, or I'm not just going to Atlanta or Florida or California. I travel international. And I said, so you think it's because somebody that goes to Florida, California, or, you know, somewhere else that because you're traveling international, that makes you better than them? I said, because that might be what makes them happy. Maybe they don't want to go to Aruba. I said, being able to travel international is wonderful. I said, but don't knock the people that hasn't traveled international. Maybe their mindsets just haven't, you know, expanded that far yet, or that's just not their cup of tea.
Who cares?
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
Who cares? I'm sure if they wanted to go to Aruba, they could. If they wanted to.
Exactly.
That's so ridiculous. That's that pretentious shit. I hate that about people.
Man,
I hate that about people. There is enough things. Listen, there's enough going on in the United States of America for a person to live a full life just traveling within these 50 states. I promise you it is. I promise you. Going to Aruba ain't going to validate or invalidate how they live, why they live, or when they live. Like, that shit's so stupid and pretentious. I hate it.
Girl, listen.
Like, I go in on people like that, but I go in with that nice nasty, though.
You know what I did? I said, well, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
See,
I gotta go.
But you know what, though? But that's what I'm saying. See, so hold on 1 second, because I gotta go get something right quick. My phone's about to die. I gotta plug it up. Hold on 1 second, okay? We'll be back after these messages. Don't touch that. Brother, do you see an MC out for justice? Got my girl powder and my busted. Wow. Melody. Please protect your joint. When that shit fall down. Please protect the joint, the 9 nickel. Man, I stay on point like icicles. Now you want to test the cow, the method cow, all up in your fucking mouth. Headbanger boogie. Catch me on tour with Al Noogie. Method man roll too tight, you can't pull me. Better take one and pass, so it's that ass. Your vital statistics are low and falling fast. Johnny Blaze out to get loot like Johnny Cash. Play a game of Russian roulette and have a blast. Hello? Yeah. Okay, we good now. I was on 11%. But what was the last conversation? I'm sorry.
I told her I talked to her later and got the phone.
Oh, yeah. So when my friends go out, right? Okay, so this is what I got a problem with. You know what bothers me?
What?
Thank you for you was almost there, but we'll work on it. Because you got it right, but it's all good. My brother get it. But so what bothers me is that people don't have a problem paying the check. But people don't have a problem paying the check, but they have a problem sending their food back when it's not correct. So you're gonna sit there and eat. You ask for your steak to be medium, which is pink in the middle, and they send your steak out well done. And you don't say anything. You sit there and you're like, well, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Now you know why it's not okay? Do you know why it's not okay, Christy? Because what are we talking about? We've been talking about this. I don't know until I know. How can a person improve if you don't tell them? How can a person give better service if they don't know that they just gave shitty service? But you sit there and you eat it, the fact that you can't get your water refilled. You can't get your table cleaned off. None of this stuff is happening for you. But the bill $300, and you still finna leave them $60, which is a 20% tip, even though they gave you 8% service.
Right.
So when they leave, guess what they're gonna think? You know what they're gonna think? They're gonna think, wow, I did a great job. And I'm gonna continue to do that great job because I got 20%.
Exactly.
But if you'd have told them, damn, that was some shitty service you just gave me, then they can improve. There's an assessment factor in that. She said I was shitty. Well, what about it was shitty? Well, I couldn't get my water refilled. I couldn't get another cocktail when I needed it. My steak came out wrong. I couldn't get my table cleaned off. Those are all applicable things that a person can assess and say, did I do or did I not do in a timely manner? You see what I'm saying? And there is improvement in that. But if I give you $60 and say, have a nice night because I don't want to complain, you can't improve.
Right.
And that's people too. That's the same thing. I don't know if I'm treating you bad until you tell me I'm treating you bad.
Right.
Otherwise, if you're not complaining, I'm thinking I'm doing whatever you think. Whatever I'm doing, I'm thinking is right. This is most people. This is not me. I'm just speaking in generalities. So, if people can find a righteous way to say what they feel about their grievances, then it's easier for people to move through and learn from. But if you don't say nothing, can't nobody do nothing though.
Yeah.
And so people are always constantly taken advantage of because of that reason. And so you go down to Atlanta, boy, they just be talking reckless to you down in the A, boy.
Oh yeah, they right. Well, yeah.
I ain't never been in no place where people talk as disrespectful to you as they do in Atlanta, for real. Except for New York.
Like everybody got an attitude.
It ain't even, and that's what I'm saying. An attitude about what?
I promise you.
Like I just showed up, dude, to eat. No, we can't do that because we don't do it like that. First of all, calm your voice down. Don't talk to me like that. You don't know me. And I'm patronizing your establishment. You can't talk to me any kind of way. I don't care I don't care where you from. I don't care about none of that. People be so funny, like Man, it's after COVID, it's just been crazy, man. People been reckless with their mouth, man. It's just crazy out here. People are so comfortable telling you about the discomfort and disdain that they have for their jobs, the disdain they have for the food, the disdain that they can talk to you any kind of way. This ain't how this is not how hospitality works at all, period.
Yeah.
I don't care about your home problems.
It has a lot to do with the fact people been in their darn house too long. They don't lost their social skills.
Well, listen. See, that's but then don't go into the hospitality industry because guess what? It's social skills required.
Right. Right.
Social skills are required to work in the hospitality. Not just denying people yes is the answer. What is the question?
Right.
But don't just go out your way to try to deny me stuff for the purposes because you don't want to do it or you don't want me to have it or you feel like I don't deserve it. Since when did you just get to decide what I deserve?
Okay.
So that's the part that really bothers me about people, man. I'm like, what is going on with people these days, though? In all walks of life, people like need to stop overcomplicating things and just simplify them just a little bit.
But they don't know how, because they don't know how because they're not taking the time to gain understanding. They just going through life. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Can I stop your fine ass right there? Can I stop your fine ass right there? Yes, I said fine ass. Yes, I did. So what?
Why? What happened was?
Oh, that's you know what you know how to give me when you start talking that talk. Right? You talking that talk. Listen, there are 3 types of people when it comes to that type of shit. Can't do it, don't want to, or don't know how.
Yeah.
You hear what I said? Mm-hmm. You either can't do it, you don't want to, or you don't know how. Mm-hmm. So in that world, what you just said, you said because they don't know how. What if they haven't tried to figure out how? That means that they don't want to.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? I can't do nothing about that if you don't want to learn it. I can't fix that.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't fix the fact that you don't want to learn something that you know will benefit you, but you're choosing to ignore in the process when you have the opportunity to do it and you're choosing not to. Again.
Yeah.
So you can't do it, you don't want to, or you don't know how. If you can't do it, I can teach you.
Right.
As long as you want to, right?
All right.
But if you don't want to, I can't teach you because you don't want to.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. So when people say those type of things, man, to me those are like cop-outs, man, because if you want to learn how to build a bomb on the internet, all you have to do is type it in, it will come up. Things that will do damage to people's lives will come up on the internet. So if you want to learn how to better your existence as a human being, press a couple of buttons. Read a book. But if you don't want to do that, I can't do nothing about that.
Yeah. No, it's just like I don't know. I've never been a follower, and
hell no.
I just see it's so many out there. Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I see it, and that's why I don't do social media, because I'm just like, everybody's doing the same thing.
But you do know the massive.
I'll give you a prime example. So when people were going on boats, the plantoons, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was on plantoons. I'm like, y'all act like y'all never been on. You know, everybody going on plantoons at the same time. You know what I mean? Everybody going on plantoons at the same time. I've never been the one to follow a trend. If anything, I'd be the last one to do it. If anything. But I'm secure within myself where I don't have to do what everybody else is doing to make it seem like I got it. Either you believe I do or you don't. Either way, it don't matter to me. I know I know who I am. I know what I have. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of people that are really close to me that know me really well, you know, they always, you know, ask me, so, you know, what you doing now? You know, what kind of car you driving now? Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm a very private person with everything. I don't blast my stuff on social media. I just don't. I can have bought a whole live mansion and nobody know I live in a mansion unless I have a party at my house and they be like, oh well dang, we didn't know you live in a mansion. Like, okay, I wasn't supposed that's for me to know, for you to find out. I don't have to showboat that. I don't have to do that. Because I don't want, you know, I don't have to do that. I don't get it. But that gets on my nerves. I'm like, everybody doing both parties now. Okay.
See,
everybody wearing a little one piece spandex now. Okay.
Wearing what?
The one piece spandex outfit. Okay.
What do you don't like those outfits?
I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem because I have some, but guess where I wear them to? The gym.
Why you wear them to the gym?
Because they're comfortable.
Wow. I need to follow you on Instagram.
What else? Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because somebody said to me, they was like, why you don't, a guy said to me, he was like, you must be insecure. I said, well, what you mean? He was like, you don't have any full body pictures. I said, well, first of all, it's my page. I can post it how I want. I said, and second of all, I don't want to show my bare body on. I don't have to show my body on Instagram for me to pull anybody. I said, I don't want no, you know, I don't want to attract any lustful men. I mean, some people will be lustful anyway, just looking at my face. But, you know, I don't want no hungry dude. I don't. I don't no thirst. I don't want none at all. I said, but that has nothing to do with insecurity. None at all. So he was like, "Oh, that's why." Yeah, that has nothing to do with not me being insecure.
So, yeah, because I mean, no, that's not an insecure thing. That's stupid. But I love your body. So I don't care about what Instagram got. I care about what Charles has. You know, but I digress. Having said that, it don't really matter to me. Like, doesn't really matter to me about like if people follow trends, because to be fair, 95% of the world is actually more followers than leaders. There are more followers than there are leaders. Like, think about what kind of world we would live in if there were more leaders than followers. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So for the most part, you're more the exception, not the rule. And so you have to know your place in the hierarchy of what society is. You can't just be like, oh, I can't stand when people are this and that, because you have to understand that most people are this and that. And you're just not this and that. So the understanding of them and the understanding of it is beneficial because you're the leader. So in being a leader, it will behoove you to understand how people need to be led, being the leader. You see what I'm saying? Like, meeting people is still meeting people where they at. Because even though you're not there, what does that have to do with it? You still have to understand why they exist and what it is, if you plan on making it better. If you don't plan on doing anything with it, then so be it. Get it. Don't do nothing. Now, I understand that. But you have characteristics in you that you should be sharing with the world, because that's who you are. You understand? So that's why I don't like why people standing in line for Jordans, the same shoes that have been out for 20 years, and they still willing to pay $250 for them. Think about that. These are the exact shoes that come out all the time, and people are still willing to pay top dollar for them. and stand in line to wait for them. Why is that?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's important to me. I want to figure that out. I want to know why.
Right.
I want to know why. A lot of things like that's why. What did I tell you? I'm a why guy, but I think why helps you figure out how. Why asking why? Once somebody can tell you why, you can figure out how to proceed.
Mm-hmm.
I might not agree with it, but you've told me why. Okay, I get it. That's what you chose to do. That's why this is going like this. Okay. I might not want to do it, participate in it, or agree with it, but I understand. That was the method to your madness. I get it.
Right. Yeah, I haven't bought a pair of Jordans.
No, and I was just, using that as an example, but
yeah, I know. I was just sitting here thinking about mine one day, like, dang, when was the last time I bought myself a pair of Jordans? I don't even remember. I bought it for my kids, but I had a pair of Jordans. That's a minute, actually. In my early 20s, my teenage years, to be honest.
There's some red, white, and blue Jordans that just came out. I really like them. I thought about getting them for my birthday as a treat, especially because I got blessed. I had loaned somebody some money that actually technically I kind of forgot about. And they came to me and they paid me back, so that was dope. But yeah, I forgot all about it, to be honest with you. And so yeah, I was like, well, maybe I'll go buy myself something. But man, that stuff don't really mean as much to me, man. I'm trying to get to a place. Legit.
Yeah, I get you. That's exactly what you're saying. I buy shoes is a pair of heels.
You falling asleep on me?
Nope.
You're not? You enjoying yourself? Mm-hmm. That's good. That's really good.
Laying in the bed with the lights off.
Laying in the bed with the lights off? I guess I'm finna go try to do that too, because I'm sitting at my kitchen table, like legit, right now.
You lit. You up and you up and about. I'm in the bed, laying on my stomach.
Damn, that sounds sexy as hell. That sounds sexy as hell. Laying on your stomach too. Oh, that's exotic. All right, girl. Are you laying on your